Welcome to our channel Selenium Tech Automation. So today I am going to cover the topics how we can automate keyboard operations and mouse operations in Selenium WebDriver. Before going to start this video, please do a like and subscribe to our channel and videos so that which helps me a lot to do more videos on both manual testing and automation testing, which are going to very useful for you if you want to grow your career from automation testing. So okay, let's get started with this video. As I told, how we can automate keyboard operations and mouse operations with the help of Selenium driver. So here Selenium WebDriver provided actions class to automate keyboard and mouse operation. So what is this line? Selenium WebDriver providing actions class to automate keyboard and mouse operations, and this actions class is providing set of built-in methods such as send keys, move to element, double click, drag and drop, context click, build, and the final one is perform. So these are all the methods provided by actions class. That actions class is provided by Selenium, where we are going to automate all our keyboard operations and mouse operations in our Selenium WebDriver. Okay, here build method, what does it build method will do? That build method which will compiles the specified keyboard and mouse operations, then make ready to execute. After performing all these actions, we have to build it to compile the specified keyboard or keyboard and mouse operations, then make ready to execute, then make our script ready to execute. Then what does it perform method will do here? It will perform the compiled actions. Here what are all the compiled actions we are doing here? Send keys, move to element, double click and drag and drop, and context click. This perform method will compile all the required actions with the help of Selenium WebDriver. Here what does it build method will do here? Build method will compile the specified keyboard, will compile the specified keyboard and mouse operations, then make ready to execute, then make our scripts ready to execute. Okay, what does this build method will do? This build method will compile the specified keyboard and mouse operations, then make our scripts ready to execute. Then what does that perform method will do? Perform method will compile all these actions. Okay, perform method, it performs the compiled actions. Okay, I will show you the examples for all these methods one by one. So before going to start, so first I will take an example for how we can resize an web element using of the above built-in methods. Okay, above built-in methods. So okay, how we can resize a web element using of the above built-in methods? Here resizing means, suppose I will show you that in the UI part as well. So let me open site called https www.jqueryui.com/resizable. Okay, this is a site where I am going to show you an example for this one, how we can do with the help of keyboard and mouse operations, how we can resize this like this. Okay, resize like this. If you want to smaller, if you want a bigger, how we can resize this one? So I am going to show you. So let's get started with our Eclipse here. So let me create one class called resizable, new class. Okay, I will make it name as keyboard and mouse operations. Okay, let me create a class called keyboard and mouse operations, where we are going to resize a web element from the site called jQuery. Okay, jQuery UI, how we are going to resize that particular web element, what I shown here. So before that, I want to launch that site before going to perform any action with the help of with the help of, what is the help of keyboard and mouse operations. Okay, let me create a method here with the help of @test annotation. Okay, @test annotation. So after that, let me create a method called public void resizable. Okay, public void, this is a method name. Here I am going to create all our steps here. Okay, so first what we need to do, we have to set system properties where our driver got located inside our folder. System.set property of what is our driver here, WebDriver dot edge dot driver. Okay, WebDriver dot driver dot edge dot driver, and what is the value here, where exactly our driver got located. So in my case, my driver got located in the following location, that is ms edge driver dot exe. Okay, my driver file got located inside this location. Okay, so after that, what you need to do here, you have to WebDriver dot, so let me use this magnifier so that you can able to see it properly. Okay, okay, so now I'm going to show you a little bit zoom here. WebDriver is an interface, as you know already. WebDriver is an interface. WebDriver driver equals to new, what is our browser here, edge driver. Okay, WebDriver driver equals to new edge driver. After this line, I want to take that URL with the help of get method, driver dot get. What is that URL we are using, https www.jqueryui.com/resizable. Okay, /resizable. Okay, so once that URL got launched, so okay, now I am going to maximize our current window, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So now let me go to that website where we are going to perform this resizable operation. Okay, so here you can see, let me inspect this one second, let me minimize. Okay, so here I have to inspect. So here you can see this resizable web element is present inside a frame. Okay, as you can see, it is looking like a frame only. Inside that frame, our web element, our actual web element is located. For that, what I have to do, I have to take an XPath for that particular frame. First, I need to move my driver focus to this frame. So after that, I have to perform my actions on this particular web element, that is resizing. Okay, resizing like this, or if you want to resize the size, if you want to resize it anyway, like I will tell you for dimensions also, if you want to resize like this, you can do that resize operation here. So before that, we want to switch our driver focus to this frame. So let me inspect whether it is a frame or not. Let me inspect. Okay, so for that, what you want to do, you have to press F12. Okay, to inspect that web element with the help of HTML code. If you can see here, go to here, inspect that web element. So I am going to inspect this frame. Okay, as you can see here, now it is showing here the tag name of iframe. Okay, it is showing with the tag name of iframe. So here I have to take this XPath. Okay, so I'm going to take this class name as an XPath with the help of tag name iframe. Okay, so now I'm going to inspect this element. Okay, now the tag name is iframe. If you can see here, after typing the iframe, it is highlighting that iframe. So what is that it is having? It is having XPath called class name. Okay, @class equals to what it is? It is the demo frame. I am taking this value. Okay, now see, you can see here it is highlighting this iframe. So now I will copy all this XPath. Now I am going to my Eclipse. So here you can see driver dot find element by dot XPath of double quotes. Okay, now it is done. So now what I need to do here, I want to switch our driver focus to that particular frame. So what is that frame here? That frame is starting with the tag name of iframe. With the help of class name, I am taking that XPath of that particular frame. Okay, so now what I need to do, I have to store it into some web element. That is, web element is also an interface. Web element iframe, web element iframe equals to driver dot find element by dot XPath of this one. Okay, now I took XPath for that one. Now what I need to do, I have to switch my driver focus to that particular frame. For that I have to use driver dot switch to dot. Okay, driver dot switch to dot. So here you can see we can switch our driver focus to that particular frame with the help of index value. Suppose if there are more than one frame, so during that time we will prefer index value. Okay, with the help of index we can move our driver focus to that particular frame if there are multiple frames. If there is only one frame, you can directly go and take by taking the XPath of that particular frame with the help of web element. Okay, if you want to, if there is only one frame, you can switch back your driver focus to by using of default frame. Okay, by using of default method you can switch if you have only one frame present inside your UI, that is web page. So now I am going with the method called frame of web element. Okay, frame of web element I am using. What is our web element we took here? This is our web element iframe. Okay, this is our web element iframe. So now our driver focus move to iframe. So now what I am going to do, I am going to first I moved my driver focus to this frame. So inside this frame we have this web element. For this web element I am going to resize, means now I have to take XPath for this resizable web element here. Okay, resizable web element here. Okay, resizable web element here. So for that, what is our XPath here? If you can inspect here, now take your console and inspect here. Okay, this is where I want to use my mouse operation here, and I have to drag like this. Okay, I want to drag like this. So for that, let me take that XPath for this one. Let me take for XPath for this one. So now you can see here, you can inspect this one. Okay, so now you got this one. So here, so now what I am going to do, I am going to take that XPath for that particular web element, starting with I am taking all tags which are available with the help of star symbol. So now what I am going to do, so as you can see here, we can have already one ID here. Okay, one ID, that is ID equals to resizable. Okay, ID equals to @ID equals to @ID equals to resizable. Okay, resizable. This is our actual XPath for this whole resizable web element. So inside that web element we have one more web element. I have to take this XPath. So if you inspect this one, as you can see here, you are getting this one. Okay, now how many we have div tags here? 1 2 3. So I am going with the third div tag. That is div of 3. So now you can see here it is highlighting that web element. Now I am going to take this XPath. Okay, now again web element resize. I am taking that web element name as resize equals to driver dot find element by dot XPath of okay, this is our XPath for that particular web element. So now here what I told previously, that actions class, so now I am going to use that actions class with the help of built-in methods such as send keys or move to element or drag and drop. Okay, likewise we have double click on context click as well. Okay, so now what I am going to do, I am going to use our actions class here, which is provided by Selenium, which can helps us to perform the required actions. Those are keyboard operations and mouse operations. So now action equal to new actions of I'm going to take my driver reference here, driver. So now with the help of this actions class object, we are going to use that particular, okay, we are going to use, I'm going to use, what we need to do, we have to move that web element. Okay, we have to move that web element with the help of move to element, actions dot move to element. Okay, actions dot move to element of, I will tell you what is the, see if you can see here, what does first method is telling, web element of target. What it is doing, moves the mouse to middle of the element is scrolled into view and its location is calculated, using get bounding client rect. Okay, I am not going to use this method, but I am going to use this web element. Okay, web element target means, what is our target here, that is resize web element. What is our, see if you can see here, you will get these results, int x offset and int y offset. X offset means from left top corner a negative elements coordinates left from the element. Okay, here you can see it will drag in this way, x offset y offset means it will drag in this way. So that's why we have to mention x offset here. Okay, that's why we have to mention x offset. What it will do, it will move that web element in a horizontal way. Okay, it will move that web element in a horizontal way like this, and y offset means it will move your object in like this, vertical way. It will drag that web element in vertical offset. Okay, here I am going to provide how much offset we need to mention, 200 if I want to mention, and if I want to mention here, then I am going to use 100. So after using this method, that is move to element, you need to perform, you need to use build method. What this build method will do, as I told, build method will compile the desired action on the particular web element. Okay, it will compile the specified keyboard and mouse operations, then make our script to execute after building that one. So now what I need to do, I have to use perform method. What does it perform method will do, it perform the desired actions on that particular web element. Okay, on that particular web element. So now it is done. So now what I will do here, driver dot quit. Once it is done, I have to quit my driver. Okay, I have to close all my currently open browser. Okay, now I am using here thread dot sleep for your reference to show you clearly. I am waiting for 5 seconds here. Okay, declare throws declaration. Okay, interrupted exception or exception, you can use exception. Okay, so now here also I am using thread dot sleep here, thread dot sleep, sorry, thread dot sleep. Okay, thread dot sleep of 5 seconds. So once it is done, what it will do, it will wait for 5 seconds, then it will close all our currently open browser windows. Okay, so what I am doing here, first I am setting my system.set property, where is our edge driver got located. So then I am initializing one WebDriver interface. After that I am getting that URL by the help of get method. So once that is done, I am maximizing my window. So then it is going to search for that iframe with the help of this XPath. So then I have to move our driver focus to that particular iframe where it is located. Once that is done, inside that frame our web element got located. Once if I move driver focus to here, so from here my web element got present inside that frame. So that's why again I am taking this WebDriver web element. So after that I have to use actions class provided by Selenium to perform keyboard and mouse operations on the particular web elements inside your web page. So once if you call this actions class, so with the help of that class object, that is action, you can use the predefined methods such as move to element, send keys, or context click, double click, as well as build and perform methods. With the help of these methods we can perform the desired actions on that particular web element. So here I am doing moving that element with the help of some x offset and y offset. Here x offset, what it will do, it will move that web element in horizontal way. What is that y offset will do, it will move that web element in vertical offset way. So here what does it build method will do? Build method will compiles the specified keyboard and operations, specified keyboard and mouse operations, then make our scripts ready to execute. Once this build method got completed, then we have to perform some method that is called perform. What does it perform method will do? It perform the compiled actions. Okay, so after that I am waiting for 5 seconds, then I am going to close this browser. So now let me execute this program. Let's go to testng.xml file. So now rename, now remove this earlier class which is already present. Now I am adding this class what we created just now. Just go to your project, update your project once. Okay, update project, force update. Okay, click on OK. Now click on OK. So now let's run it, run as Maven test. Okay, okay, again let me update project one more time. There was some problem with my Maven, so that's why it is asking that many times to update. Okay, no issues. So let me update it one more time. So now we'll see it got updated. Now I'm going to execute our code, run as Maven test. Now you can see here it is starting. Okay, what is error? The driver, okay, sorry, the driver file name got incorrect here, so let me use ms edge driver here. Okay, now it's done. So we'll see, let me update it again. Maven update project, so force update, click on OK. Okay, after clicking on OK, run it one more time, run as Maven test. We'll see. Okay, now it is started launching the browser. Now it is going to that frame. Okay, it got resized actually. I will show you with the help of this one. See, let me hit it one more time, resizable. So now you can see it is looks like this. I am going to show you one more example where we can slide the web element. Okay, where we can slide the web element. So for that also I am taking a site called, the same site I am using slider. Okay, slider, how it will looks like I will show. Okay, you can see here we can slide this up to like this. Okay, this is the actions what we are going to perform on this particular slider. Okay, so this is how we can slide this web element from here to here. Okay, for that the same code I am going to use. If you want to inspect, press F12. Okay, press F12. So now I am going to inspect this one. One second. Okay, so let me inspect this frame. You can see here we can use the same XPath what we have created already. Okay, the same XPath I am going to use. And now what you need to take, we have to take this XPath now. So we need to take this XPath. For that let me inspect it. Okay, so now this is that one. So now what is the XPath for that one? It is giving one ID called, okay, this is giving ID called, I am taking all the tag names here, @ID equals to, @ID equals to, what is our ID here? Slider, right? Slider. Okay, if you see it is highlighting that one, but I want to take this particular web element what I am showing now. I want to click on this particular web element to slide this from to here. Okay, for that we have a tag called, okay, here you can see it is span. Okay, so now I am taking this one, span, span. So now you can see here now we can able to select this web element and we can click on this web element and we can drag like this, okay, the slider. So now what I am going to do, I am taking the same XPath what we currently took. So let me use the same XPath here. So this is the XPath what I took currently. So now what I am going to do, I have to slide that one, right? So for that one we can use the same, but here I am using drag and drop, okay. I am using drag and drop. Here I am going to use drag and drop by web element. In the same way how we did for resizable, in the same way we can have here drag and drop by with the help of X offset and Y offset. So here you can see what is that slider. I am going to change this to slider. So that web element you can take here also slider. So now slider I want to mention the X offset and Y offset as 0. So now we'll see how it will behave currently. So let me execute this one, run as Maven test, okay. So sorry, I have to change that site here, okay, sorry. So here what is our site called, slider, right? SLID here, slider, okay. Now let me execute. Before that let me update our project, Maven update project, okay. So it's updating. So now go and right click, run as Maven test. So this time what it will do, it will open your browser and it will slide that particular web element in the mentioned X offset and Y offset, okay. See now you can see here it dragged from here to here, okay. It dragged from starting position to up to 200 X offset and 0 Y offset, okay. So this is how we can slide this web element with the help of the method drag and drop by. So this is the operation from keyboard and mouse operations with the help of actions class we are doing. So now what I am going to show, how we can drop one web element into some other web element. For that also we can use the same site with the help of here droppable, okay, with the help of droppable, DROPPABLE. If you hit this URL, see now I want to perform an action like this. So I want to drag this web element and I want to drop in the mentioned offset, okay. So how we can do, we can use the same website but only one change, that is droppable, okay. And that iframe also the same XPath. Now we have to take XPath for that particular web element where we are going to drag and drop that particular web element here. So this is the same XPath for iframe and we need to take this, one second. So here droppable, right, site called droppable, okay, droppable. So now I want to take this XPath, these two XPath, this is one web element and this is the second web element. So let me inspect this web element, okay. So here ID is the draggable, okay. So I am going to take ID as the draggable, the targeted element, okay, source element and target element. What is the text path? Draggable, sorry, ID equals to draggable, correct only, okay. Okay, this is the first source web element, that is the XPath for draggable. So I can take here the XPath as web element draggable, and the XPath is this one, okay. This is the XPath for that one. So after this you need to take where we are going to drop, that is a target web element also we have to take. For that we can have already droppable here. So let me paste it here. You can see it is highlighting this XPath, okay. Now what you need to take here, I have to take one more XPath for the where we are going to drag and drop our source web element, okay. So here, so I want to take this line from here to here, Okay, this is for dropping that source web element into targeted web element. Okay, here droppable. So now you can change here this web element name to droppable. Okay, so now which method we have to use here? We have to use drag and drop method, because we are performing by dragging this web element and dropping onto this particular web element. Okay, here I have to use drag and drop method, which is providing by actions class. So here what is the web element? The first one is, you can see here the parameters for this method drag and drop: web element, source web element and target web element. I can use here source web element as draggable, which is going to draggable, and the target web element is where we are going to drop that particular dragging element inside that droppable web element. Okay, inside the droppable web element I don't want these two parameters here, so let me delete this droppable. Okay, so now it is done here. So now what it will do, it will drag this web element, that is source web element, and drop into the targeted web element that is dropped. Okay, so let me close this site. So now run your code, run as Maven test. How simply it is, how we can use keyboard mouse operations and keyboard operations with the help of actions class. This is how it is very easy to implement inside our. Okay, this is very useful. Okay, now you can see here it got executed and it dragged from here to here. Before dropping it is like drop here, after dropping it is showing dropped. So let me execute it one more time for your reference, so that you can got to know how exactly it is performing those actions. Run as Maven test. Okay, so now you can see it will launch the browser and it will drag that particular web element and placed into some dropping area. See, now drop here, it got dragged that web element from source to the targeted web element, that is dropping web element. Okay, so and also I am going to show you different concepts, like what are all the, how to scroll down a page and how we can right click on that particular web element. So these are all the methods we can use, and how we can close the window I am going to show you, and how to maximize, close and quit from the browser. Okay, so before going to start that one, so let me close this existing browser. So here what does that maximizes button will do? Maximizes method will maximizes the window which it is not maximized before. Okay, so this maximized method, what it will do, this maximize method will maximizes the current window if it is not already maximized. Okay, if it is not already maximized. So in the same way we have a window where we can maximize that window. In the same way we don't have a method to minimize in Selenium. We don't have a new method to minimize in Selenium. Okay, we don't have any new method to minimize a maximized window. Okay, so in the same way how we can close the window? Okay, how we can close the window? It will close the current window. Driver dot close method we can use. With the help of close method we can close our currently opened window. Suppose if there are multiple windows like 1 or 2 or 3, if we are using driver dot close, it is going to close the current window where our driver got focused. Okay, what does driver dot close method will do? It will close the current window which is currently opened. For example, if there are 1 or 2 or 3 windows, if there are 3 windows which are currently open, if you are using the driver dot close, after the third window got opened, it will perform the driver dot close method only on that current window, that is third window where our driver reference got focused. Whereas driver dot quit, what does this method will do? driver.quit method, it will close all the browsers which are currently opened, which will close or quit from the browser, which will close all the current window sessions, which will close all the current window sessions. Whereas driver.close, what it will do, it will close only the current window, it will close only the current window browser only, it will close only the current window session only. Okay, what does this driver.close will do, it will close only the current window session only. What does the driver.quit method will do, driver.quit method will close all the current window sessions which are opened currently. Okay, which are opened. Okay, so what does the driver.maximize window will do, this driver.maximize method will maximize the window which is not maximized already, okay, we don't have we don't have we don't have a method to minimize to minimize the window which is already maximized. Okay, which is already maximized, we cannot able to minimize that window, we don't have method in Selenium, but we can maximize the window which is not already maximized. Whereas driver.close, what this will do, driver.close method will close the current window session, whereas driver.quit, what it will do, it will close all the windows currently opened in the current session. Okay, this is how we can use these keyboard and mouse operations, and also what is a maximize method and what is the close method and what is a quit method. Okay, this is how we can perform actions class in Selenium WebDriver to automate keyboard and mouse operations. So please do like and subscribe to our channel Selenium Tech Automation.